Can yoga help heal your trauma? Stick around and find out. Hi everybody, this is Spira. Welcome to my channel. I like to make videos about yoga. I like to make yoga classes, and I like to talk about yoga as well as other types of self-healing and self-care. So today the topic is, can yoga help with healing trauma? And the big answer to that is yes. And the smaller answer is yes, and it is evidence-based as well. And the evidence is based on studies made by Bessel van der Kolk, who is a trauma specialist and expert here in Massachusetts, and he's actually the founder of the Trauma Resource Institute, as well as the Trauma, I think his new one is the Trauma Foundation, because he's no longer with the Justice Resource Institute. Anyway, having said that, I would like to simply explain how. Because trauma is stuck in the body, okay? It's literally a brain injury, and it's really when we get stuck in our limbic system. So it's an injury to the limbic system, and one of the ways that we can heal our trauma is by regulating our nervous systems. And there are other psychological components as well, but to heal the majority of the trauma is really through the body itself, okay? Somatic therapies have been proven in studies to show the best results. So not just yoga, but there are other types, like somatic experiencing is very effective. I've never done it myself, but I am very familiar with it, and I love Peter Levine and his work, and I have a lot of faith that it does, and I've tried some of his meditations and they've been amazing. And TRE is a big one for me. It's something that I personally practice. It's called Trauma and Release Exercises, and I'm actually becoming certified in it, and I have a video on it, so you can check that out too. But here's the way that yoga specifically can help you heal your trauma. First of all, yoga helps to regulate the nervous system. I mean, that's the simplest, easiest thing to mention, right? But then when you're in a trauma-sensitive yoga class, one of the things that it helps with is what we call interoception. Now, if you're a trauma survivor, you'll understand that your mind is sometimes disconnected from your body. And for some trauma survivors, like me, my head is almost always disconnected from my body. I've improved a lot, I've gotten better, but it's still a challenge for me. And what that means is you can't really notice things in your body. You know, you could be having pain and not even notice it, because you're used to tuning out for whatever reason, whatever the trauma is. Interoception helps you to tune in to your body and to notice subtle movements, subtle sensations, and eventually, hopefully, you could even feel emotions in your body. I'm still not there. I will admit that I cannot feel emotions in my body. I guess a lot of people can. I'm still figuring that out. I'm just happy if I get a flutter and I'm like, oh, okay, I felt that, woo, you know? So sometimes it's good to keep a little perspective, right? But anyway, let me explain sort of how it works. If I'm teaching you in a yoga class, it's not a workout, by the way. Trauma-sensitive yoga is not a workout, and you don't even have to follow all of the instructions. The other piece of it is choice, that you have a choice. So I might say something to you. If you think it's useful, let's maybe try lifting the arm. Now, you can participate in that or not. But while you lift the arm, your teacher will guide you to really focus on what that feels like. And that can really help you to create that relationship, because when you're focusing on the sensation, even if you maybe close your eyes, you can try it now with me if you'd like. Lifting my arm, now I am feeling something right here. I'm actually feeling a muscle in the back near my shoulder blades. I'm feeling that. And that, for me, is actually kind of exciting, because I know it's going to lead to bigger and better things. Right? So then maybe I'll straighten the arm, maybe I'll reach up. Well, actually, when I do that, now I feel some of the muscles tightening to be able to do that. So that's kind of neat too. So it's really, really simple. It's very simple, especially if you're just starting on your trauma healing journey. Trauma sensitive yoga can be very helpful in that and help you to connect with your physical body and also to feel comfortable in your own skin. I think that is so important, and that's also really hard for trauma survivors. So you're creating a relationship, you're building your relationship with your body. You're also learning choice. If I'm guiding you in a yoga practice and I say the same thing, let's go back to the arm example, and I say maybe try raising your arm. If you try raising your arm and something doesn't feel right, you can just put your arm right back down and just stop. Maybe there's a memory there. Maybe there was something related to your trauma. Maybe it's enough to make you activated or dysregulate. This is where we come into that place where we make a choice and we're able to not choose that pose or that movement or the shape, whatever it is you're being guided into. So just something to keep in mind. The idea of being able to choose for ourselves is a really big deal for trauma survivors, because usually they didn't have a choice in the trauma, right? And especially if it's developmental trauma, like throughout your childhood, what choices did you have? I know I didn't have any. I had none. Making choices for me can be terrifying, but it's also very liberating. And it's the thing that's helping me become really whole as a person, is to be informed, to make choices, and to actually guide my own life. So I do hope that you'll consider trying trauma sensitive yoga. I do have a short video on my channel if you're interested in seeing what it actually looks like. And I also have a course on Udemy right now if you're interested in trying a whole course of it. And I think that it would be really helpful. Just remember that it's not a workout. It's a very slow, mindful practice, and it's really about being in the moment and connecting to your body. Well, I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you got something out of it. And if you did, please hit the like button. And if you would like to see more videos like this, then please hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. I also hope you have a lovely day. Namaste.